Good morning, Sim fans. Racing 393. This is different. I'm actually showing my face on YouTube for the very first time. People, well, not for life, obviously. People have seen me in the flesh. Yeah, seems a bit odd talking to a camera. Well, the reason for this is I'm going to start a championship season with F1 2012 on PC. I've had a few issues because I did start with 2010. That game, although it's good, hasn't fared as well as the others, so it was a little bit dated. It's got a lot of input lag on the wheel, and generally not that stable. So I switched to 2011 yesterday and started a career and done all the done a recording, edit. I've got an editing software now, so I can edit all the shit bits out. And done the first round in Melbourne and done quite well. And I was going to I had filmed that, and I was filming round 2 in Malaysia. And halfway through Malaysia, the game crashed. So I'd done quite a lot. I was sort of like 10% into the race, and the game just crashed. So when you restart, it's restarting again, and then it went through again. Another sort of 15 laps crashed, and then again another 2 laps crashed. It just wouldn't stop crashing. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the track. Done a lot of research, what I could. Got a bit fed up with it, to be honest. So like you do, I deleted it and then started again, and it crashed again. So I didn't know what to do, so I thought, this is rubbish. I tried all the fixes, you know. There's a few things with the games, 2010 and 11. I'll show you. I mean, I've got them on Steam, so I've paid like £4. But as those that know me will probably laugh. What have I got here? Oh, it doesn't matter. I've got 2010 and 2011. We'll do 2010. No. The reason I'm doing 2011 is I want to show you something. So there's 2011. Still cellophaned. Yeah, I've got it on my computer. So not only, it's cheaper to buy it on Steam. When I paid, like, I don't know what I paid for this. I can't remember now. About £6-7 or something with postage, and it was like £2 on there. So I need a course in business management, I think. But the main problem is it says games for Windows Live, which was shit, wasn't it? That was the worst thing Microsoft did. It was crap. It was trying to emulate Xbox Live. It's never going to work, and it didn't. So they've obviously that's fine. That's not working now. It's deleted. However, the game still needs it to run. So it's a right old faff. You have to create an account. So you've got to create an account and an offline account, which works. But then the game kept crashing anyway. So I then tried 2012. What I did, I've been playing that last weekend when the Grand Prix was on for quite a long time, getting used to it and setting the wheel up, and it played really, really well, and I quite enjoyed it. So I've gone back to it, and I started a career yesterday and had to delete that because it crashed. What's the point? What is all this? Bloody PCs. I was actually deciding to go back to the Xbox One, and do a career on that, because that would be alright, but because that records through the Elgato. The problem with that is it's fine, but then sometimes it just stops working, and the image goes all like crap. I do appreciate that you pretty much able to see me at the moment, but it's just got darker. I could put the light on. I might have to. I can always edit this out, because I can edit now, can't I? So Right, sim fans, here we are. We're in P1, as in practice one, not pole position. This is my I'm going to do like some editing of the first race, so I'm only going to show you a little bit of practice, maybe a little bit of quali, and then the race edited. It's a 50% race. I've got the AI set at intermediate. That seems to be my level on this game. I've tried it on the other settings, like the you've got hard and pro or something on there. The pro is like good luck with that one. The hard, you need to be right on it every single corner, lap after lap. Difficult to do. So I find intermediate sort of makes up for the inconsistencies in my own driving. So just going to do a little bit of practice. I've had, as I've said on my intro, a lot of problems with this game recently. It keeps crashing back to desktop for no reason. So let's give it a couple of laps just to sort of dial myself in. Might go through setups, but at the end of the day, I will edit a lot of it out, so you won't have to sit through hordes of boredom. So regarding quick car setup, it's got average. I'll just move that over a little bit, so it's just a little bit more, as it says on there, a little bit more aggressive. So we'll go to track. We'll drive out.
Let's not push the car too much in the first few laps. The track's green and there'll be a lack of grip.
And the PC will probably crash. Right. Get a couple of laps under my belt. Bit of a corner cut there. So I've got my DRS open there. And we've got curves as well, so I push the Y button. Oh, and it gives you a bit of boost, like it did back in the day. Got a bit over him. Well, I was actually talking then, rather than concentrating, but hey ho, nothing changes. So I've got gravel on my tyres, so that's going to upset me now. Got more. Just just as I thought I was going to do a lap. It's not going to happen, is it? Yeah, gravel. Hopefully be gone by the first corner. Try for a lap anyway. No, doesn't want to turn then. It's a bit too aggressive. Maybe it wants more downforce at the front end. Also, I'm just going to try something different here. It's nothing to do with the fact that I can't get around corners. That is me. But I'm just going through my wheel settings. seems that the wheel is a bit dumbed down. Pers and Durs.
That lap time moves you into 7th place. 7th place.
They seem to have a lot more grip, it would seem.
You're locking your front tyres. Try adjusting the brake balance back.
I'll do that in a minute. Like that. Senna's on pole. I wish. It was a proper Senna. Nowhere near quick enough, but
Sector 3 times are pretty good, but you're losing time in Sector 1.
steady. Right, so car's not going too bad. I'm going to go back to the pits now and do a bit of setup adjustment. I need a bit more turning on that front end, so I'll go through it with you, and then demonstrate a lap, hopefully.
Your tyres are at a good temperature.
I'll put that up so I can see that myself. There is a little bit of input lag to get used to. So I'll go to. I wasn't handling too bad then. It's probably just a case of getting used to the car, I suppose. In some ways, the fact that the computer takes over, I've got that off, pit assist, but it's on. I don't know why. It's a bit of a fault with the game. But as in, I think it's a fault which actually goes in your favour, because sometimes you forget. I mean, the newer versions have got that in, but they've got quite a neat little feature on how to manage that. This one hasn't got that, so it's really a blessing. Right, so we're going to go for. I need some more front end.
Be aware, track is busy. Track is busy.
So we'll go in. You can see there the weather forecast, it's going to be dry for the whole racing, so that's good. I haven't changed that on there yet. I haven't really got into that with this game, to be honest, research and development. I suppose it would help to make the car more competitive. I'll have a look at that perhaps in later rounds, provided the game runs for that long. So we've got slight oversteer. It did slightly oversteer, but that was mainly because I had one of the DRS open and there was gravel on my tyres. So we'll go into some tuning. So again here, with a bit more front end. So what I'm going to do, I'll add a touch of wing.
Some quick lap times are being posted. Looks like the track's getting faster.
Yeah, it looks like it. Braking I'll leave. Balance. So this is another thing I'll do. I'll mess around with this quite a bit. So a higher value generates turn in. So it will bear the tyres a bit more, but again I will put the front anti-roll bar one click up. That should so that and the front wing should be adequate. I won't mess around with that. All the gears, all the engine. We can run. See, I might do a quali run just to see what that's like. So generally, you want an out lap, a quali lap, and an in lap. I don't know how accurate that is, so I wouldn't really recommend 3 laps. Would seem enough. I think just to give myself a benefit of the doubt, I'm going to put that down to just to 4 laps. So I've got to get it right. I haven't got. I can't just go round and round and round and do it. I've got to do it on that lap. I go off, then I go off, and it just isn't going to work. So that's exactly how it would be in real life. You can see the engine's on 99%. We're on standard mix. I can change that. I mean, we should. You can either do it on the fly. You can do it on here. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? I'm just pushing the wrong keys. So it's not done from my wheel, unfortunately. Normally, the rich mix is what makes it
There's a few cars
faster.
out on track. Perhaps we should get out there before it gets busy.
Yes, good idea. Won't touch that. And I have started to save setups. As you can see, I won't save it there because that's the Force India one, so we'll do it there. So we can go. I'll have to move my keyboard on there, so we'll put Melbourne, Toro Rosso. Okay. So that's saving, which is good. I didn't say anything about the crashing. I've said it now. Right, so we'll come out of that. Come out of that.
Okay, guys, let's get these changes made.
Yeah, let's get those changes done. So, cars on track, it's only 11. It is fairly quiet, so we're probably.
You're a touch off the pace in sectors 1 and 2 and well down in sector 3. We're currently looking into the problem.
So you can see there, I will edit put this back in. Not a bad lap time, you know, 13th overall. And I could have gone quicker, but my KERS apparently was offline. I'm going to keep out the way of these cars. So, I've done a few tweaks, some setups.
Engine temperatures are good. Let's try to keep it that way.
Although I've gone off there. Right, what I might do is just come out of that now. Just quit to garage. So, the tweaks I've done seem to work. Quite happy with that. So I'm happy with what I've set up. There's a few more. I mean, that's on quali setting. So on the next practice, which I probably won't film, what I'm going to try is in P2 is a race setup. So on prime tyres and heavier fuel load, and just to see what lap times I can put in. I won't be filming that unless I feel that the car is competitive, and I can always push the key on the keyboard. But apart from that, I'll see you in quali. Well, when I did qualifying on my first attempt at a career, I was in a Williams, which is probably a better car. I'm in a Toro Rosso at the moment, so I qualified from memory 8th, which wasn't too bad. The Toro Rosso, I'm 15th. My objective was to qualify 14th. I put a reasonably good lap together, but I don't think the car's got the power that like the Williams had. So, and I feel that I did some setup changes. The one thing I didn't consider was using DRS and KERS and in a tow of another vehicle. On the main straight, it's running out of revs. It's sort of peaking. So, you know, in traffic, it's going to be a bit tricky because it won't be revving as high. I think that's one of the things, and because it's going into Parc Ferme rules, I can't change the gearing now. So just something I overlooked. The teammate is, let me check. The teammate's 13th. My objective is 14th or higher. So I've only got to make up one place, but it's a 50% race. I've used up all my option tyres in qualifying, so I haven't got any of them new. Because it's over 50%, I need to be using prime tyres as well. So I'm going to start on option and change into prime. I don't know. I'll probably do something like, I can change my strategy. I'm going to probably change. I'm sort of thinking about the tyres I'm going to wear, so probably the first 10 laps, and then I'll go on to prime, which will last for the rest of the race, hopefully. So that's the plan. The reason, just a quick overview, the reason I'm doing this is sort of to get, there's a lot of people that play Sims that don't perhaps know the settings on the cars and whether and get into the sort of the simulation of the game. They just, I'm guilty of it myself. You just get into the game, you do a few hot laps, or you do a few quick races, or you start a full Grand Prix, but you don't actually finish it. I think you get a lot more immersion if you start playing with the game's mechanics more, and as it should be played, how it was designed to be played. So, yeah, I'm only doing this because I want people to sort of see the benefits of playing the game properly. I mean, I've done a bit extra by editing the game, and I've got that, obviously got the software for that, and I can talk into the camera, so it kind of all helps. It will make the whole process a bit longer. I can't just record and stick it online the next day. I mean, this will probably take me a couple of days to get. I mean, I'm doing it a day already because I'm obviously working. So yeah, it might whether to be fair, whether I actually finish the career like this, don't know. It's probably unlikely, isn't it? Really, I mean, sadly, because it just takes too much time. Maybe I will tame it down a little bit. I don't know. I like doing this. I like talking and explaining my reasons for doing things. It depends how many people I get watching this. The videos I put on with just record and stick on there regardless of the outcome. I don't get that many. There's a few. Obviously, some of my videos have got a set of course of videos and so on and so forth. Have got more views than others. R factor. I don't know whether this will help have a little bit more immersion and someone can connect with the fact of what I'm doing. I mean, I'm playing games which at the moment, let's face it, are quite old, aren't they? But they still play really well. I could go back further and do some GTR racing and do like a race, but maybe it just depends on how many people if you get more people that want to like this, watch it, and more people following the channel. I don't know, maybe it's probably not worth doing it in too aggressively, if you like, for a handful of people. I mean, I suppose you've got to start somewhere. I'm not after any sort of magic big figure people. I don't expect there's plenty of people out there do this anyway. So, let's be fair, they're bloody good at it and they earn money out of it. And that's not really what I'm at. I'm only doing this. I don't really care about all that. I'm only out here just to enjoy the game and let you guys, or the odd people that are watching and listening, whether you watch it or not, and that's another matter, isn't it? I mean, it's on record that people tend to only watch 5 minutes of videos. This is probably a bit long. I mean, this is 5 minutes already. I suppose you can watch it over a period of time. That's what I'm looking for. Someone to sort of connect, and maybe that like the racing games would like to sort of have a bit more of an understanding of the game, or try it themselves if they've got like a wheel, or even if they've got things like they can record their own games. So this is sort of kind of what they can do themselves, I suppose. Anyway, that's enough of me yattering on. I'm going to move on to the race now. So it's 50%. From memory, it's about 28 laps, or 20, late 20s. And we'll see how we go. It will be an edited version, because unless something particular happens, I'll have to kind of, when I'm editing, I'll have to sort of mention something so I know where it is on the capture. So when I go back to it, I can edit out up to. So I'll try my best, and we'll have an end video like this once I've finished my overview and what I thought. So enjoy the race. 50%, round 1, Albert Park. Well, here we are in Albert Park, round 1. You don't want to know how many times I've been trying this, for the reason it crashes to desktop. And it's normally after about 8 laps. So I don't understand why it takes 8 laps for it to crash. And then it isn't doing it now. I don't understand. It's so frustrating. It runs fine, everything seems good. I just cannot finish this race. I mean, if I ever get this race finished, I doubt I'll do another round 2. I'll give it a go, but if it crashes, I think we might have to move on to something more modern, which is a real shame. So, as I know what I'm doing here, we're going to go and stop on lap 8, and we're going to have a normal fuel strategy. It is only 29 laps. I don't know why it crashes after a certain time. There's so many things on the internet regarding what it could be. I've done some of it, but we'll see. I've tried another sort of idea. So I'm in a Toro Rosso. My objective is I've got to get to 13th or higher. And the only sort of rules I have is, you know, if I crash in the first lap, then I can restart. Once I've gone across and started lap 2, that's it. It is what it is. Right. Here we go again. 29 laps. Albert Park. Ooh. Not so good. It didn't damage anything. Got a penalty for what?
You've been given a drive-through penalty for unsportsmanlike behaviour. Stay focused and box in the next 3 laps.
What? Well, I haven't crashed, so I'm not going to restart. I don't need reminding, do I? I've got 3 laps, so... drive through as well, so it's not going to be like too long. Obviously the desktop crash is looming. Oh, I've gone off anyway. It's the worst thing that could happen now. Probably the best time to pit now, isn't it? But it doesn't mean a pit stop, unfortunately, so I can't do my tyres. I don't know what that was. Sort of jumped over nothing. Not going so well at the moment. So I might as well pit. So a nice little drive through. Annoying, but hey, say hi to pit crew, right? So I know I'm going to be at the back.
Remember to stay inside the white line or we'll get a penalty. DRS is being enabled this lap. Remember, we can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Right, well I've got to catch them up first. Been a bit tentative on the brakes there. I wasn't quite sure how much grip I'd had. Not enough. Come on, let's get into the groove. What's going on? I was 11th on one of my other captures. Nine seconds. Won't turn. I think I'm over driving by miles here. Like, come on, sort out. Pit time. The second time. That's it. Last again. That's slow compared to today's times.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track. You have no more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres. We think the pig is due to pit soon. He should be pitting within the next 3 laps.
Whole tyres. Take a while to warm up these tyres.
Is due to pit soon. He should be pitting within the next 5 laps.
Get the grass going in then. Damn it.
There's 6 seconds between you and the car behind. Keep pushing.
Gears all wrong then.
What happened then? That was weird.
You're keeping up with race pace. Keep pushing. We believe the car ahead is running standard revs. Standard revs. Pace is good. Pace is good.
It's got to be a bit more tidier on the corners.
We need to pass this guy. You're much faster in sector 1. Daniel is 4 cars ahead of you. Della Rossa's just behind you. He's 1 second behind.
I've just overtaken him, so Australian wins Australian Grand Prix, Mark Webber, one of my favourite drivers, and he got the fastest lap. Well, 18th. Well, it was fastest lap. And there we have it. Wasn't too good. On the plus side, I finished. I was a lap out. I couldn't obviously catch up with my teammate. He was lapping quicker than me by nearly a second. So a bit of work to do there, I think. So we'll continue. Instructors. Does it go down as well? Yeah, you can see we've got nothing. So Scuderia Toro Rosso. Oh well. That's the end of that one. That's the first round. No points. One sad driver. Push the cameraman over. Right, we'll let that save. And there we have it. So there's round one. We'll move on to round two soon. And I'll do a little video blurbage for the end. Yeah, right. I enjoyed that. It's just about the right amount of time, lengthwise. And there we are. Right, so on to round two. Let's see if we can improve on that. Let's get into sort of at least where the team expects us. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one.
The gameplay is okay. It actually got through that time. It didn't crash. There was a tick box that I unticked that I was looking through the archives on Google, and there was a fix on there, it would seem. And it seemed to last all 29 laps, which is good. The handling model is fine. It's a bit wishy-washy with the steering. There's a few settings I need to change with the wheel. It still felt a little bit like quicksand type of feel. On my last video that I was talking to the camera, I realised I hadn't plugged the mic in properly, so I probably can't be heard. So I've got the mic plugged in now, so hopefully I'm clearer. That was 18 gigabytes, that race. So I've got a fast USB stick that transfers data quickly. So I've got that, and also I've got these videos to edit to add onto my file. I will edit, as you can imagine, is edited because there's too many laps where I wasn't really doing a lot. So anyway, so we'll look forward to round two, and I'll get that up and running as soon as I can. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.